Hi, my friends. Today I want to present you a new story. Enjoy watching it.
She signed her name with a flourish, like she was autographing a fan's notebook. Then, she looked up, eyes gleaming, lips curled in satisfaction. "Well," Cecilia said, sliding the divorce papers toward the attorney. "Freedom looks good on me." I didn't react, just nodded, my expression unreadable. My hands rested calmly on the table, but beneath the surface, every muscle was taut. Not from sadness, not even anger, just stillness. The kind that comes before lightning cracks the sky. 7 years together, she used to call me her safe harbor, her rock. But over the last year, I watched her drift. Late nights, secrets in her phone. Raul, the overly familiar personal trainer who somehow became part of her morning routine. I knew, I saw them, but I said nothing. Yet, "You're not even going to ask why," she teased, cocking her head. "Don't you want to know what went wrong?" I met her gaze. "You've already decided what went wrong, Cecilia. I'm just letting you have the ending you think you deserve." She laughed, short, sharp, mocking. "God, you're still so calm. That's the problem. You're too predictable, too dull." That word again, dull. She had no idea what I'd built behind the scenes, what I was still building. While she played her little games, I played a longer one. She thought she was walking away from a gray life into Technicolor. What she didn't know was that the man sitting across from her wasn't the one she married. He was long gone, and in his place stood the storm. By day, I was Ralph Harding, mild-mannered software engineer, reliable to a fault, a man who packed the same lunch and drove the same beat-up Civic for years. Cecilia never looked twice at my routines. She saw them as proof of my dullness. But that was the point. Each morning, after she left for Pilates, I took a different route, toward a modest office I'd rented under a shell company. Inside, I wasn't just Ralph. I was CEO of Zentrix AI, a startup specializing in AI optimization for enterprise logistics. It had started as a passion project. Then the pandemic hit and demand skyrocketed. While she posted gym selfies, I closed million-dollar contracts on encrypted calls. My lawyer, Marcus, once asked, "You sure you want to keep her in the dark?" She made her choice. I replied, "She wants excitement. Let her find it. I'll build empires in silence." Cecilia never questioned the extra hours or the odd receipts I carefully destroyed. She was too busy texting Raul, giggling in the next room while I reviewed code that would change industries. At dinner, she scrolled through her phone while I planned acquisition strategies. Her eyes didn't see the man across the table, only the shadow of someone she thought she outgrew. One night, she joked, "If you ever got rich, you'd probably still wear those old sneakers." I smiled, "Maybe, but they've taken me far." She laughed. She didn't know how far. Not yet. But soon, in front of a judge and a courtroom full of spectators, she would. Cecilia entered the courtroom like she was making her debut at a gala. Heels clicking, red lipstick sharp as a threat, Raul trailing a few seats behind with that smug, protein shake confidence. I sat already at the table with Marcus, my lawyer, calm in a tailored navy suit she'd never seen before. She gave me a playful wink. "No hard feelings, right?" she whispered as she passed. I didn't answer. The silence was my armor now. The hearing began. Her attorney stood, full of bravado. "Your Honor, my client seeks fair compensation for 6 years of shared life. She requests the marital home, monthly spousal support of $7,500, and access to all shared financial accounts." Marcus merely slid a sleek black folder toward the judge. "Your Honor, we've included updated disclosures and documentation for your review." Cecilia leaned forward like a lioness anticipating the kill. Then the judge spoke. "It appears Mr. Harding is the majority owner of Preston Harding Holdings, a parent company of a highly profitable AI firm known as Zentrix AI." Cecilia blinked. The judge continued, "As of this month, his net worth is approximately $96.8 million. The room froze. "What?" Cecilia gasped. "That's not. He works in it." I finally spoke. "By day, yes. By night, I built something bigger, while you were occupied." She shot a glance at Raul, who suddenly seemed far less sculpted and far more small. "You lied to me," she hissed. "No," I said softly. "You never bothered to ask." She looked to the judge, desperate. Surely I'm entitled to a share. But Marcus was already on his feet. "Respectfully, Your Honor, everything was acquired through separate channels." And we have one more document. The judge nodded. Ah, yes, the prenuptial agreement. Cecilia paled. The velvet noose had tightened, and it was just beginning to cut. The judge flipped through the folder, his fingers slow but deliberate. The tension in the courtroom pressed in like humidity before a storm. Cecilia shifted in her seat, visibly rattled now, her courtroom poise crumbling. This, the judge said, holding up a stapled packet, is a prenuptial agreement signed on May 14, 2019, reviewed and notarized. Clear clauses indicating all premarital and independently earned business assets remain the sole property of Mr. Harding. Cecilia's eyes widened. Wait, no, that was years ago. We were just starting out. That was just in case. Marcus stood, voice firm. And it's still legally binding, Your Honor. Every asset tied to Xentrix, including the IP, patents, revenue, and holdings, were acquired post-incorporation but are protected under the prenup due to sole ownership and financial independence. You tricked me, Cecilia whispered, but not to me, to herself. I looked at her calmly. You signed it. You insisted it was just a formality, remember? I thought you'd never have anything worth protecting, she muttered, voice brittle. The judge tapped his pen. Then we proceed. Mr. Harding retains full rights to all business-related assets. Standard division applies only to jointly held property and liquid accounts. He flipped a page. The marital home was purchased by Mr. Harding before the marriage and maintained solely. It does not qualify as shared property. Her mouth opened, but no sound came, just a stunned, hollow breath. She turned to me at last, eyes pleading. Ralph, we were married for 6 years. You're really walking away like this. I met her gaze. No, you walked away. I just kept going. So be it. I'll leave you the Toyota you drive, which was bought with money we earned together 3 years ago. And with that, the gavel came down. The gavel's echo hadn't faded when Cecilia stood, shell-shocked, clutching her handbag like a lifeline. She didn't speak as the bailiff motioned her out. Rawl was already gone, slipped out the side door the moment the net worth was read aloud. I walked out without looking back. No celebration, no revenge speech, just the soft click of my shoes against the marble floor, each step lighter than the last. That night, I stood on the balcony of my penthouse, the one I never told her about. The city lights shimmered like quiet applause. I poured a glass of aged Glenlivet and finally let myself exhale. My phone buzzed, a message from Cecilia. I didn't know you were capable of all that. We could have had it all. I stared at the screen. For a moment, I considered replying. Instead, I deleted it. Some things deserve no response. In the months that followed, Xentrix went public. Interviews, podcasts, tech summits. I became the man she never thought I could be. But I hadn't changed. I'd simply stopped hiding. And somewhere across the city, she was watching. Watching the man she mocked become the man the world applauded. Sometimes the loudest revenge isn't shouted. It's earned, and it's silent. Like the eye of a storm, still calm and unforgettable.
Friends, what do you think of this story? Write your opinion in the comments. Would you like more stories? Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button so you don't miss any videos. See you tomorrow.